That time. Pearson dummy half. That's Dane Sorensen. Across Greg Cox. Out to Gavin Miller. Miller stepping. Away from a couple. Away from three. Gets the pass away in the fourth tackle. It's Paul Kahn who goes up and turns it back to Kurt Sorensen. Kurt Sorensen's over the halfway. Shrugging off some very feeble Manly defence before losing the ball in the tackle. It appears as though Cronulla may still have it. They have. And referee Gosha says play on. It brings a roar from the crowd as Gavin Miller goes down towards the Manly 22 line before Vorton and Chisholm are there with Ian.
You'll see 4 corners of exciting action on League Station 10 as Cronulla trucks and the winner takes $6,000 prize money.
Chisholm still hungry to do a touch of delight. Fantastic. Rick Burke. That's Tony Graham. Splitting them. Oh, straight up the centre. Still going in number 18. Came on as a replacement early in the match for Gavin. Kurt Sorensen. Still on the 22 way. Manly's in. Hansard, Cox, Dane Sorensen. Up and at him. Through the tackle. Here comes Rick Burke on the inside, but he can't get the pass away.
No, he could have in the first instance, though.
So the big man from Cronulla plays it back to Burke. It's out with Cox. Now Mullane. Mullane stepping off his right foot, getting it back to Cox. A quick ball away to Hansard, then away to Burke. Then on goes on to Mullane, to Gardner, I beg your pardon. Out to Paul Kahn. Kahn turns it back.
Oh,
and
well
taken in beautifully by Burke. Last tackle for Cronulla Sutherland. 9 metres out from the line. It's gone to Hansard. He puts the bomb up in the air. And that is going down across towards... Oh, coming through Greg Pearce. He's held up. He was in there to score, but they held him up. And he plays it. It's out with Cox. Cox out to Kurt Sorensen, steps and plunges across to score. Try's been awarded. Well, let's watch it again before we shoot our mouths off, but up they go. And there was no indication from the referee that the tackle count should...
Dane Sorensen. Very physical game at the moment. Very much power play in the forwards from both sides. Rogers. A little toe poke. It's a try. I think David Hatch might be the man. But his inability to control it. Now see whether Eddie was knocked. They came up over the top of him. No, fair enough. Mullane was the player that probably interfered.
Beckett. Still got it back to Dane Sorensen. Blind side, that's McNamara. Starting to spread that defence a bit thinly, and they've got a chance. Away goes Haddock, and he's going to score the first try for Cronulla. Fullback Wayne Smith, number 1, as you see, standing pretty close up to the ruck, and it's from this pass that goes from Dane Sorensen across behind the ruck to McNamara that draws Smith into the defensive line, and once being committed there was no defence to beat, and Perry Haddock was put in the clear by that pass, and he went racing over to score first points. Sorensen running onto the ball in the second half. Here's Miller. Here's Kurt coming up inside. Gavin Miller's through. He's over. That's a good try to Gavin Miller. Scored against his old club, but it's a fair reward for the amount of work he's put into this match. And if ever it was fitting for a Cronulla player.
Tried hard all day. His defence has been exceptional. He's running sideways there, but he sees the gap, straightens up, steps, beautiful step, leaving Smith on the ground there, and he goes through for a very well done.
From head on, you'll see the gap open up as Miller just went across field, then straightened up, and he got inside that attempted tackle by Cox. Wayne Smith very nearly got him, but then he got out of that tackle and more or less just strolled over for that try.
Beckett just setting up the play now. Sorensen dummy half. Miller gets it through to Nixon, then on the Merlot. The crunching tackle from the Manly duo put him down. Manly's defence here is superb. Cronulla just a couple of metres short. Goes out to Sorensen. He's a long way back. A bit of room to move, though. Gets it onto his brother. His brother heads for the line, and that'll be a Cronulla try. Oh, yeah! Kurt Sorensen goes in for the Sharks.
The pass wasn't a good one. Dane was able to pick it up and get it back to Kurt. Prior to that, there was a ball rolling along the ground, but big Kurt Sorensen, that's how easy it is.
The fault lies with Chris Close here, rushing up too quickly to tackle Sorensen, and of course Sorensen just stepped aside and beat him very easily, and that was where the original break was made.
For this season yet. Dixon linking up beautifully with Steve Anderson. Got support in Mullane. Mullane juggles it. Has he got it? Goes for the line and he's there.
The play set up and a good try starter. The boy dummies and unloads to Anderson, who makes the break. Blake was a little bit at fault then. Should have come in a little quicker. Unloads too late then Anderson to Mullane to make the pass. A very awkward one, but he luckily juggled it to go in for a try. His timing of the pass then caused a little bit of concern.
Playing his 7th match, I think he told me, for the Sharks today, as Docking makes a break, and Docking's gone inside the 22 line. He's very close. He's over. Jonathan Docking has gone all the way. Well, we were just talking about him playing in the front line in defence, but he's blitzed them in this little passage of attack. I didn't think there was anywhere in the world he could get through all of this defence from Balmain, but he went around them and made them look second-rate, to put it quite bluntly. There was some puerile attempts to tackle him. He got through 4 of them. Here he is again.
It wasn't as if the holes were there. It was purely a case of Docking creating them. He went through tackle after tackle here and left Balmain players strewn in his wake, and some of them were very good defenders. We can see here he finally had to fight his way over.
Wakefield to work it, and it's a good heel by Noble. It's back to Russell, and Russell has been able to go through. He's put the kick through. How fast is the little fellow? He's leading the race. He'll score, I think. Yes, that's a try. That's a try for certain. Yes, he's given the try, and so he should. Hanrahan had the chance to clean it up. He tried, but he failed. And Russell simply persevered. And it was a clever piece of football by Russell. It was a perfect example of backs at the scrum. If you had watched them closely, they could have leant out and shook hands. And Russell took advantage of this very flat defence in scoring the try.
Well, if you're going to kick from a scrum's not a bad time, because the opposition defence is up very flat, and of course the fullback isn't back deep. He's matching up normally on the blind side. Russell realised that. He kicked the ball ahead. It then became a race to the try line. Hanrahan got there first, but he couldn't field the ball. It went over the in-goal area, and Russell puts his hand.
Across now for Hatch. They've got Balmain at 6s and 7s. Here's a Graham Quinn. Graham Quinn's into a very big gap. I think he's going to score. Yes! Graham Quinn scores the try. Balmain appeared to fall off him, thinking that he would pass it. But keep in mind that Graham Quinn, a former Australian representative and a centre 3/4 with St George, he showed that old speed in scoring this try.
Well, it was Quinn that made the break here. We can see he looked to pass, and then he realised that he was in a little bit of a hole. Once again, after he'd made the break, he looked for support again, and that caused the Balmain players to hold off. They were waiting for the pass, but when he realised he could go all the way himself, he decided that he would, and he reached out here for the 4-pointer. He's had the ball himself. He's been extremely dangerous.
Wakefield folding from one side to the other, picking up Docking back in the middle of the ground, and the little fellow takes it inside the 22 line and plays it back to David Hatch. Across it goes to Russell. Now it's with Carney holding up the pass for Sorensen. Sorensen turns it back for Carney. Carney gets a pass away for Quinn. Quinn to Hatch. Hatch dummies to Russell. Now he gives it to him. Docking's with him. Russell goes himself. Oh, he said it's a try. Docking has scored. Oh, that's a great piece of football by these two little fellows for Cronulla. I thought Mick Stone was going to have to give a penalty to Cronulla when Russell appeared to be tackled after kicking the ball, but Docking played to the whistle. He pursued his teammate's kick and was able to come up with a try nevertheless. It was a beautiful piece of football for Cronulla Sutherland. Sorensen got it to Carney. Carney to Graham Quinn. Then it went to David Hatch. Through the dummy, picked up Russell. Watch this kick by Russell and watch the tackles. Here it is now. I thought he was interfered with, but Mick Stone said no, play on, and Docking, he persevered and came up with the 4 points.
Well, the Balmain defence was absolutely shot to pieces, and when Russell elected to kick the ball, I thought that referee Stone might have given the penalty for the tackle after the kick, but it was a very good refereeing because he played the advantage here, and of course that was what caused Cronulla to come up with a try, with Docking raced through after it, a race with Petherbridge for the ball. He got there first, Docking.
By the Minoters. This match gets down to the last 15. McGaw, good work by him. Carney's gone to the 22. Wakefield around the corner, pass by Carney, a good one too. It was a Great pass by Carney. Gee, he's done some great things in this second half in particular. David Hatch holding it up, getting it away to Sorensen, and the big man scores. Kurt Sorensen, with the number 11 on his back, scores another Cronulla Sutherland try. Oh, they're absolutely blitzing the Tigers now. 3 tries in the second half, 2 while Bevan was in the bin, and this is the third. And David Hatch was allowed to gain valuable ground, holding the ball up, holding it up, and then finally giving it to Kurt Sorensen. Carney, Eddinghausen, a long run for Eddinghausen, holds it back, finds Russell. Russell's going to score. Barry Russell goes all the way. Cronulla, it was a long run for Andrew Eddinghausen. He looked like he was going to kick, and then he held it back and threw a lovely pass inside to Barry Russell. Wynn tried valiantly, but Russell was able to evade his tackle and goes in to score.
Cronulla always had the numbers out wide. It was simply a matter of passing the ball to Eddinghausen, who had plenty of free space to work in. He almost chose the wrong option here under pressure. He nearly elected to kick the ball, and then he saw Russell looming up on the inside. Russell's got an excellent turn of pace. Wynn tried to get to him. He left the ground but couldn't get an ankle tap on him, and Russell was able to do the rest.
Leading by 12 points to 4. Quinn a dummy half. Now Frico with it. He's taken there by Dunn over the top and Folks underneath. 17 metres out from Canterbury's line. Diamond. Good strong run from Diamond. He's got rid of that to Burns, and Burns now holding the pass up. Eddinghausen. Away it comes to Payton, and Payton will score in the corner. Good try from Cronulla.
And Cronulla on the attack, the first chance they've really had for some time. And he'd looked for all the world like he'd been pulled down here. It was David Burns getting the pass away that created the opportunity. Slipping across the backs, and Eddinghausen with those perfectly timed hands, just slipping the ball. 4 tackles from Canterbury. Took the ball up, kicked it downfield, no mistakes.
Cronulla getting the ball back towards the halfway line. Of course, they'll just graft away from here until the end of the match. 6 points to deficit at the moment. Converted try, and scores are all locked up again. Canvas with the ball. Canvas out wide. Canvas has got the pass away. Now here's a chance for the Cronulla Sharks. The ball's gone loose, but they picked it up again. It's gone to Barry Russell. Now Russell stands. He's got it away to Payton. Payton for the line, and Payton will score his second try. Payton's in.
What a superb piece of football from Cronulla. Nice in the movement. Here it was. Now here's Canvas making the break off Quinn. Sprints away. Plenty of pace there. Slips it out. And as the defence comes across, back inside is Canvas backing up once more. Great work. And inside finds support in Barry Russell. He looked the right direction in the end, hearing the call from Payton. And Payton struggles all the way out of a tackle and over. Great piece of football from Cronulla to hit back. And Canvas has only been on the field a couple of moments and involved in a movement like this. Back inside to him. One support overruns him, but Steve Mortimer got boxed. And Russell backing up all the way. All the newcomers to the team handling there. Canvas, Russell and Payton doing the final bit of damage too.
He's a giant of a man. Cronulla's ball. Out to Speechley. On to Docking, and Docking's in for the try.
Well, like read by Ron Quinn and also Michael Speechley, 2 of the consistent players for the Sharks this afternoon, and nice hole for Jonathan Docking to find himself. Quinn and Speechley have tried hard all day, but they've been playing behind a forward pack that's certainly been dominated by the Canberra Raiders.
Looked strongly, Staines, but the defence was there quickly and they put him down about 15 short of halfway. Still the Sharks end of the field. Danny Lee tries to get a pass away. He has done. Now there's a pass gone to Laurie Spooner. Now Laurie Spooner's away down the sideline. He's pretty quick. He's got support in Mark McGaw on the inside. They've ran 50 metres to score that try, the Sharks. Mark McGaw going back to score a try for Cronulla. Those goals from 6 attempts, and Jason McLean kicking 1 from 2 attempts. The 6 points for Cronulla Sutherland has come from a try to Mark McGaw, and Alan Wilson has kicked a goal. 7 tries to 1, the performance Canterbury Bankstown this afternoon. Here goes Laurie Spooner away. He's got Barry Russell on the inside, so the Sharks do strike back with a try late in the game. That's made it 2 tries for them.
Field for Wakefield. Hillier backs up. Hillier's gone down to the 10-metre line. Gets it past to Docking. Docking will score. Russell. Barry Russell. 5 metres to go. He passes. Picks up his captain. It's a try. This is Carney. He'll score. Yes, it's a try.